We're revisiting Android 17 for the FB03 release. Did he get any stronger? Let's talk about it. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. My name is Mobby, and today we're going to be talking about the Android 17 leader deck profile that I'm specifically using for FB03. We're going to talk about all the cards in here and how the deck pretty much plays. Make sure to like and subscribe for daily deck profiles, duels for Union Arena, Dragon Ball Fusion World, and One Piece TCG. Alright, so let's talk about the deck. So this is a deck all around androids. It's focused literally on a new card that was released in FB03 and a stage that came out previously. So basically, was there more support for FB03 with this deck? Honestly, no. There was only one card that made it more consistent, but I guess that's what you want to see, more consistency with deck synergy. So let's talk about it. So this is Android 17 from FB01, 15,000, draw 1 when attack, awaken on 4. Flipping it over, 20,000 attack, still Android, however you are 17 and 18 for card effects. Permanent on your turn, if you have 6 or more energy, you are 30,000, and when you attack, you still get to draw a card. So let's start from the lowest to highest costs here, starting from Android 20 from FB01, a really good card for this leader. 155 on play. Look at the top 5, reveal one Android 17 or 18, then add it to your hand. Anything in this deck that is searching or drawing has a sort of dual effect. You always want to play them in your deck for more consistency for cards that you want, and once they're on the field, they're either going to be targets for enemy abilities, which makes them essentially wasted on it, or you can use it as a combo. So really good. We're running 4 of these Android 20s. Next off, we had Gigantic Meteor. There is a specific Android brother and sister combo. However, I opt to use this one because it activates more often than not, other than the other one. So, one battle, your leader or battle card gets 15,000. Then if you have 6 or more, it gets a total of 25,000, which is pretty good. The brother and sister combo is strong, but to get the most effect out of it, you have to have 15 more cards in your drop, and that just usually doesn't happen when you need to activate this. We're running 3 of these events. Next off, we have Android 18. This is our first Android 18 and 17 card. This is from FB01. 225 on play, you draw 1 card, then you discard, which is great for sifting. Then when you're attacking, if you have 6 or more energy, you draw a card. Now usually you're not going to be having this randomly summoned when you have 6 or more, but if she happens to be on the field, or if you can summon her with another card with this effect, completely worth it to attack. So I'm going to go ahead and split these up, and I'm going to move these things around in different piles so we can talk about it later, right? Next up is Android 17 at 3 costs, 325.10. Vanillas are really good in the deck. They are wonderful, and they go along with support cards and your effect cards because they just have great stat lines and great counter cards. Specifically, Android 17 just works in a combo in name and archetype as well. So we're going to put them over here. Next off, we have Android 16, a decent card in the Android deck. 320.10, so weak, but it has innate blocker and permanent during your opponent's turn. If you have Android 17 and 18 in your energy area, this card gets 10,000, making him 30k. So there are cards in here that specifically say Android 17 and 18, and then some will say both names. If you have that one card that says both name, it counts as this. So that's really nice, and it works with that. Next off, we have another Android 17 card from FB03. This is the new card that helps the deck be a little bit more consistent with specifically the event coming up, and it makes it a little better. So 325 is a rare. On play, choose up to 1 field with Android in its special traits and switch it to active mode. So that's the reason that you want to have this in the deck. If you run 4 of these and 4 of Dr. Gero's lab, you're going to be able to use this twice in 1 turn. The effect of the lab, that is. We'll talk about that when it comes up. Next off, we have another Android 18. This is a 320.10. When attacking, place 1 card from your energy in your drop. Then you add 1 card from your hand to your energy. So basically the energy isn't really switching, but it comes in as active, so you can use it for something else if you have the energy for it, and you can move stuff around. Like maybe you want Android 17 or 18 in the drop or in your energy, depending on if you want to use this or the ability of another card that we're going to be seeing soon. So there's some good versatility with this card. Now, for the synergy of the deck, Dr. Gero's Lab, rare from FB01. So it took two more sets for a card to actively work with this. So 3 cost, field, activate, you rest 1. So you put 3, and then so it's 4 total energy, either the same turn or 1 more in the next coming turn. You switch this to rest mode if your leader is 17. So it literally only works with this leader. And you can add up to 1 card with androids and its special trait from your drop to your energy. So this is a ramping up card, and with this new Android 17, if you play this card as soon as you can on turn 3, you play this guy on turn 4, you're going to be able to use this thing twice to ramp up really, really fast. So we're running 4 of these, and the awesome thing about Fusion World is even if you have one, if you have multiple in your hand, they're not completely dead. You can use them as just extra energy, or you can use them as a discard sort of thing. So that's really nice. Next, we have Android 17 and 18, a really nice card for the deck that released in the last set, FB02 for 2010. It's pretty weak, but honestly, the ability is awesome. On play, place up to 2 cards from your energy in your drop. Then, if your leader is Android 17, add up to 3 androids from your drop to your energy. So this is basically a ramping card, as well as shifting around what is in your energy and what is in your drop again. So if you place on turn 4, you're going to be on 5 and then 6, and then you're going to be able to do something crazy. So these are really good, amazing for the sets. Next off, we have Android 17 from FB01 425. You can see a theme here. A lot of the cards aren't really that strong, but you're going to be able to ramp up and use a lot of them on the field, especially if they don't get taken out. You're going to have a lot of abilities, a lot of attackers. So on play, you can add 1 card up to your life to your hand, which is amazing for self-awakening. Then you play up to 1 Android 18 of 3 or less from your drop. So this is really important, from your drop, so you can get value out of that 18 from using it to counter. Then you can go ahead and summon it later. So really good. You're definitely going to be running 4 of these. Next up, we have the sister literally equivalent, Android 18. So it's the same freaking thing. 425 on play. You can do the add 1 life to your hand, then play an Android 17 with 3 or less from your hand. So there's a reason why we're running a lot of low-cost 18 and 17s, because you're going to be able to summon them with these cards. Next off, it's your late games. We have Android 17 and 18 from FB01. 640 with double strike. On play, choose 2 of your opponent's battle cards with 3 or less and KO them. So unfortunately, this deck doesn't have a lot of removal, pretty much besides this and 1 other card coming up. But basically, there's no way to lower the cost of stuff in this deck, so you are literally stuck on killing 3s only, but the double attack might be able to finish the game off. So you're running 4 of these. You're going to get to 6 as soon as possible with the Gero's Lab, the Android 17, etc. So these are really good. Now we have our super combo cards. Android 16, 7, 15, 10, super combo. Auto, 10,000 more, so that's pretty much it. It's an Android, so the only thing it can be used in this deck is this. You can add a android from its special traits to your drop to your energy, meaning that you probably already have had to use this super combo, which is a tough choice. You usually want to save your super combos for late game, but if you happen to have it in your discard pile, you can use it for that. Alright, now for the last card of the deck. It's not really specifically Android 17 and 18 synergy, but nonetheless, this card will help you win games if you don't end up finding these. If you don't find these, or if you end up already having these, but then you go 2 more, basically, you can go ahead and end the game with Cell. 8 costs, 45,000. Place 3 cards from your energy in your drop, then choose 2 of your opponent's battle cards and KO them, and you heal 1. Amazing ability. If you play this on curve, you're just going to ramp down to 5, and that's not a complete issue because you can go ahead and continue using Gero's Lab or something like that next turn to ramp up even faster again, and then actually healing is amazing. So this deck is pretty straightforward. The only thing you want to do is survive long enough so you can continue ramping to play your late games. So these are the amounts of Android 18s in the deck. So we have these 4s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 of these, and 8 of these can be cheated out by the 4-drop Android 17. Now, talking about Android 17 here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So once again, there's 12 and 12. And then 8 of these can be cheated out with the 4-drop one. So you make it pretty balanced in that regard. Now with the new Gero's Lab, this lets you ramp up. So when you start the game, you want to have, the best case scenario is you want to have these 2 cards in your hand so you can use them as soon as possible. Dr. Gero's Lab on turn 3, then on turn 4 or energy 4, Android it up, switch it to active, and then you get to do some stuff. Because if you use this first, you spend 1, and then 1 comes back, so you have all the energy you need. Then you play this to come back up, and then you're gonna have 4 energy. It's just a really nice, cool combo. And honestly, the stage before was okay. A lot of people would be running Android 17 decks that just had a lot of just strong staple green cards, but now that there's another card that combos with it, it gives me more an incentive to try it out and see if you can make it work. And honestly, it's even if you don't get the Android with this, it's still nice and strong. Basically, you have some awesome strong bodies, a tiny amount of blockers, and just ramp into Android 17, 18, 4, 6, and 8 drops to win the game. Now, if you want, you can mess with the ratios a little bit. I'm only running 3 of these cells. The reason being, it's because, you know, there's 0 cost, and we're trying not to run too many 0 cost stuff. You might want to get rid of one of these Geros for that. Just mess around with the ratios. But I found that these, like 12 and 12, are really good. And then you have 8 of these, both of them in the same name. It's just nice. So it's too bad that FB03 didn't come out with even more specific Android support, but this one card made it so Dr. Gero's Lab is actually really nice and playable. So there you go. Let me know what you guys think about this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.